If you are in a supervisory position or a leader right now, write down these 3 words. Because a lot of you, and a lot of people outside those doors don't do this properly. First word is expectations. Let your team know what you expect them to do. Very few people do it as clearly as possible. The second one is accountability. Hold them accountable for what they do. They'll never know. If you don't hold them accountable or set expectations, you create a vacuum in their minds. And when you open the door to a vacuum, anything rushes in. So if you don't set expectations for your team, I promise you, they will set their own. And they may not be the ones that you want to deal with or want to have. So expectations, accountability, and the last one is consequences. There are good consequences, and there are not so good consequences. There's a book out there called Whale Done, W-H-A-L-E. Anybody ever heard of it? It talks about how they train killer whales to perform all of the behaviors. So if the whale does the right thing, he gets a bucket of dead salmon in their mouth. If the whale does the wrong thing, or nothing, they ignore him. Eventually the whale figures out, well, if I do this, I get the dead salmon. If I do this, I get the cold shoulder. We spend too much time with our teams pointing out what they didn't do right. Make it a point to find things that your team is doing right and acknowledge it. If that's the behavior you want them to continue doing, then by God, acknowledge that behavior.